You can play as a scorpion and a stealthy tarantula? Well, that's all about all the information I need. I am interested, guys, but I gotta tell you, I'm terribly afraid of bugs and spiders, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to handle this, so I'm gonna hand it off to Matt.
Yeah, this is Deadly Creatures, a game where you do play as a tarantula and a scorpion. And we have, is it Ray?
Yeah.
And you're going to demo the game for us, yeah?
Yeah. We have we're at Rainbow Studios. Are happy to bring you guys this. What we have is involves a scorpion and a tarantula, and you alternate chapters. You're starting out as a tarantula. We set up the rivalry between the two, and we also weave in a story about two guys out in the desert. And whenever we show them, it's never going to be a close-up of them. It's always from your perspective, you know, and you see these towering giants talking and doing what they're doing. And we weave in this story. It's kind of a true crime story, you know, throughout the level to try and give it a little more depth instead of just a little nature special.
Right.
We really wanted to make it a little, really kind of vicious.
Sounds cool. Let's see it.
Here we have our opening cutscene. We really wanted to establish the rivalry between the two and bring in our two human.
Ray, when we saw this game last, you guys talked about how you're going to add some really cool voice talent to the game. Has that been announced yet?
It hasn't been announced yet, no. But they are working on it.
And she starts screaming, "I want you out! I want you out!" Starts throwing my stuff at me, you know, my clothes, a full bottle of Tennessee. What? Start here?
No, just getting my bearings. It's over this way.
Who are we digging up anyway?
That last line is what kind of, you know, who we digging up anyway is one of the things, one of the hooks we try to get to, you know, to help the story move along. And we start out as the tarantula, and we like to call these our little mobile health packs. There are just little crickets throughout the world. You eat them to regain health.
Okay, where in the world did you guys get this idea?
Actually, our lead designer, Jordan Itkowitz, he tells the story of one night he had a dream that he was using a Wiimote to control a snake, and then he got up and you know, and he was eating a mouse, so he went like that to eat the mouse, and so that was one of the things that inspired him. He didn't necessarily. We actually, it started out as a snake game, but then we developed that. It's more fun to actually make him a boss character because there's only so much you can do with a snake, and there are lots of people with fears of snakes. So we wanted to make it where you could still be a predator.
There's a lot of people with fears of snakes and bugs and
Tarantulas
spiders
and
scorpions.
And that's one of the things we like to feed on. It really helps us. It really is one of the driving points. You know, we kind of say you got to control your fear, and this is one of the ways you can do it.
So you're showing the tarantula right now, but explain the differences, I guess, if you could, between the tarantula and the scorpion.
The difference between the tarantula and the scorpion is that the tarantula, we like to call him our stealthy, more stealthy character. He later on he develops different abilities to pounce on things from a distance. We use the IR pointer. He also gets to web things up and attack them while they're webbed. Also, he gets the ability to crawl on ceilings.
That's nice.
Did you just sucker punch that beetle?
Yeah. That's one of our new combat systems. We actually just started integrating it. Originally, when you were the spider, you would use the Wiimote to attack, and you can still do that. But if that was your basic attack all throughout the game, you kind of got arthritis in the first chapter. So we wanted to give you that combat experience of being able to do whatever you want, you know, to start it out. And we call it putting the exclamation point on the combat sentence. You strike, and then you use the Wiimote to do your finishing move on the combo.
Now I see you crawling around pretty much all over the place. I mean, can you crawl on everything?
Pretty much. I mean, we do need, you know, we need to set boundaries and limitations. That's where our cacti come in there, and we have these things in the world which are cracks that you can't traverse. Just limiting things like that. Just going everywhere is one of the things we like to do, but it's sometimes we have to kind of channel you into where you need to go. One of the cool things we're really proud about is our camera. If you notice it here, it'll zoom out to give you a better idea of the combat that you're about to get into. See, when you're just exploring the world and you're behind everybody, or you're behind the spider, you'll see that it's easier to explore and see what's going on around you. But when you're fighting, you want the 360. You want to be able to see what's going on, who's going to attack you, where they're coming from. So with the expanded camera, whenever you get into combat, it'll expand out so you can see, and it's actually dynamic. It will sense how many NPCs are in the area and adjust to it.
Yeah, I've noticed in certain situations too where you're ready to pounce, the camera zooms in behind the tarantula and it shows the model off really nicely.
Yeah, it's and everything in here is all hand painted textures and stuff. It's something we're very, very proud of, and we're really trying to push what the Wii can do. A lot of people who have seen it for the first time are like, "That's a Wii game?" So
Yeah.
I mean,
That's a
we
good-looking
really
game.
try and push it.
Yeah, it does look really nice, actually.
This is our first. We did this in the first big thing because we wanted it to be really epic in the first part of the game to show it off. To give you that big moment right at the beginning of the game. So, and we really wanted to show you how the tarantula uses his agility to escape other predators. The scorpion, his combat actually is the same way. It's a little more heavy because he's our brute, he's our tank. He doesn't have the jump abilities and the stealth pounces and stuff like that. He charges into battle where the scorpion takes his time before he goes in. So his combat he's a little more combat heavy. Has a couple of different combos you can do. Again, using the Wiimote. He has the tail strike and stuff like that. One of the abilities you can unlock with both characters is the ability to use your venom later on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to, you charge it up like that. The spider charges his like that before he attacks. And it actually puts a damage over time on the creature you're fighting. So it pays off if you can get it, but it's hard to do because you have to charge it up and you have to time it just right.
So it was mentioned that there's some people in our office that can't even watch people play this game and things of that nature. So what's the reaction been on the show floor for you?
It's been actually pretty positive. Actually, people are really excited to see something different and unique on the Wii. We did do a couple of focus tests a while back, and one of the kids we had focus testing it actually took off her headphones because she couldn't handle the creepy sounds that were going on. It was kind of rewarding to see that because that's what we wanted to go. We wanted to go for that creepy feeling, And
It's rewarding to scare little girls.
a little bit.
Just a smidgen.
Just a smidgen.
All right, well, we're going to actually move on to reader question. Little surprise reader question here. So Moop 103 wants to know, how big of a focal point is the story in Deadly Creatures?
It's actually woven through every chapter. We like to give you hints of what's going on, and and it actually all culminates together at the very end. So the story, while it is kind of secondary, it does all come together at the end to make a big bang.
Very cool.
Anything you want to wrap up with, Matt?
I just want to know, my biggest
concern
concern right now with the game is just that I want the frame rate to come perfectly smoothly together in the end. Can you guys guarantee me that's going to happen before Halloween?
Well, it's we're actually our new release date. We actually did push it back just a little bit.
We did.
Yeah, we're slated right now for late December, early January.
Oh.
That's one of the things we're working on. We're optimizing our code as much as possible and stuff like that. We're balancing it out because we do still like to keep our worlds as big as we can, so you have all the nooks and crannies.
Okay, great. That's
Awesome.
excellent.
Anything else you want to show us that we might not have seen already?
The tarantula is what all the good stuff is about. He's one of our, a lot of people have seen the scorpion and stuff like that from all this stuff online, like that. But not a lot of people have seen the tarantula. So he's one of our. He's where we really wanted to focus on during E3 and show everybody off. Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. It's looking good. I'm debating whether or not I'm going to play this though, because I actually am one of those people that will take their headphones off because I'm scared. And guys at home, we will be back for more games from E3 2008.